Hello, hello. You found me. Welcome to this beautiful channeled journey, one of alchemy, of spontaneity, of shamanic and somatic experiencing. Welcome to the unknown. I invite you to settle in into your breath, into your body, into your being. With each breath, softening and opening to receive and to co-create. As I'm a channel of infinite possibilities, tuning into the universal language, the universal source, the universal one. That is you. Opening up to dance, this collective, conscious dance. Allowing whatever wants to come through to be seen, to be heard, to be felt, to be brought into form. A channel for the infinite to become finite, to take form, the formless into form. And inviting you in to stay and pause with me, to be with me, to be with this opportunity, to gift yourself this experience, to see what's here for you. Returning, if even for only this moment, to your soul, to yourself. Bringing your awareness to your body, your beautiful vessel, your form, your frame, your unique expression of divinity. And allow it to speak, to move, to receive, to dance. Whatever feels good for you. To ground yourself in your present moment. To connect with the earth and the sky. With each beautiful, deep, rhythmic breath. Softening and opening. softening and opening, creating more space for presence, more space for consciousness, for awareness, for whatever is there for you. Just creating more space. You are consciousness, energy. Coming into form in a beautiful body and expressing itself in this world. It's okay to take time in stillness, in slowness, to simply be with your beautiful existence. It's in this space that your body will speak to you. Inspired thoughts or actions will start to move through you. And you become an instrument of creation, a channel of the divine, an expression of pure love. And I'm just picking up tension in the body around the specifically right shoulder and neck. So if that resonates, just breathing in more love and expansion and softening into this area. And it's tied down to middle back. Middle back. The receiving of the heart space. The pain from where you've come from, which is behind you. To be seen, felt, heard, loved, and released from the body, from the physical body. Collectively, we've currently descended consciousness, more divine consciousness, more awareness into our roots. And this is where we can hold fears, conditioning, patterns from our past, and it's coming to light. There's a lot of talk of the journey of ascending, yet I'm here to talk about the descent. The journey into embodying more consciousness. More awareness. Higher frequencies into a more dense, lower, slower moving reality. We're making room in the body to hold more light. more presence and awareness, consciousness. More room for flow and the infinite possibilities of all to come be rooted in to your physical experience. And where consciousness will clear, will bring to light and clear any beliefs, programming, patterns, experiences that are held, that are no longer serving you, and are ready to be released, reframed, reprogrammed, and you're building new foundations. So in an experience of awakening, returning to your authentic expression, the spiritual journey to remember, to come home, there is an ascension and then a descension. The feminine energy, the intuition, the wisdom that was stored in our core and our roots that maybe was suppressed, oppressed, repressed, it starts to awaken. That wisdom, that calling for something more, the longing to experience more, to feel more, to return to more of you in your fullness. That calling is that feminine energy awakening, which guides the ascension process, where you want to return to more of you, return to connection, to connect that part of you again to source, and to find yourself, your authentic self, and all your parts along the way that maybe you have lost or hidden in your shadows in order to meet expectations and conditioning that you experienced along the way. You start to feel that something's off. You start to allow yourself to feel into things, to allow that intuition to move you, that feminine to rise. So the feminine rises from the root and then up through the body and every chakra to awaken more feeling, to challenge beliefs and identities, to bring in more intuition and divine wisdom into the body, to allow that feminine expression and creative expression to have more space, and to continue connecting to divine consciousness, masculine energy, the infinite possibilities of all that we are, and divine consciousness, calling it more and more into the body. So it is this sacred union of masculine and feminine, starting with the rise and the healing of the feminine energy within, allowing us to feel more, to flow more, to be more, to experience more, and challenge the adolescent masculine energies and identities that have been created to serve along the way. It starts to challenge and heal and express in different ways, and choosing to bring light to those patterns and beliefs and masks that we've put on to the body, the feminine, as a protection mechanism, protecting our core essence. Layer by layer, we let those go with gratitude and love, taking what serves us on and leaving what doesn't behind. Anything that requires us to lose ourself and our intuition and our wisdom and our own inner authority and our divine feminine, had to fall away. The martyr needed to be integrated and healed. That aspect that felt you had to lose yourself in order to belong and survive starts falling away, and you start to claim more of your power. And the feminine the feminine energy is beautifully powerful. It's big. It feels it all and can bring forth a lot of shift in energy into a dynamic and call for more consciousness, more presence, more healthy, mature masculinity to stay present with the depths of the feminine. So as that moves up the body, calling in more and more consciousness, more and more of the divine masculine to come embody in the feminine. So the feminine rises, and you connect to the oneness of everything that we are, and then you start to pull and invite that beautiful divine masculine now to descend and start its descent with the feminine guidance to embody more. And then as the consciousness hits each energy center, there's more healing and expansion because we have to make space in the body to hold more of that consciousness that we went to bring and we want to bring into existence. That's the descent. And I've been seeing this ascension and descension unfolding in a beautiful sacred union of masculine and feminine, inside and out, to birth a child. Christ consciousness, unconditional love, grace, compassion, the authentic expression of the divine that is here to be seen, witnessed, felt, heard in its individuality. That's the separateness. So it's a journey to oneness, and then to ground in with conscious awareness our separateness. Not in a way that is, again, an insecure sense of self, like the extreme martyr. The masculine side of that is the extreme narcissist that has a large character and insecure sense of self that some may call the ego, that has to be challenged and loved and be brought back into a secure sense of self. So the feminine rises and then starts to challenge the masculine while also nurturing the masculine as it learns to hold more conscious awareness and space for what the feminine can provide and can bring forth, which is big emotions, big feelings, the experience of life in form. And it can overwhelm the mind and the nervous system. So there's a nurturing of the masculine energy while it also brings light to anything in the physical body that needs cleared and healed, more space. And the feminine and masculine start to learn how to work together to nurture one another, not fight one another, not overpower one another, to release the pain of an unhealthy relationship dynamic from the past, inside and out. Don't forget you will play these in the outside world and your inner world. And it goes through each energy center, right? And it starts to ground into those lower energy centers that are the physical embodiment. So you're pulling the source energy, the wisdom, the consciousness, the awareness, the divinity that you are, the clarity of the self that you went to find when you found source again and connected to that source within you. and remembered how powerful you are, then you have to take that remembering and start to embody it and clear any insecurities in that expression of self and in that creative center. So you might find, as you were in the descent, right? So you might find parts where you know that we're all one and we come from this infinite source, and you know who you are in this expression and what you're here to embody in a secure sense of self, and your, some might call the soul self versus the ego self. It's a secure sense of self. Well, you have to take that and you have to start to embody it. And in the sacral and solar area, you'll start to find the insecurities there, and where you start to waver in your sense of self due to past conditionings and how you relate to others and what someone might bring forth to you. So then you again start to be more secure in your sense of self that also has an identity, right? It has a healthy sense of self. So, the martyr loses themselves in order to survive, in order to appease others, to try to find a place. But in the extreme version, an insecure sense of self, you lose yourself completely and have no frame and identity, and then you will then be with someone or with an experience of someone who has an extreme sense of self that's also very insecure, the extreme narcissist. And so you have to learn how to love both of those parts of you, and that's an immature, unintegrated feminine with, and this is the genderless form, but also in gender, so you can play with all of that, but the genderless form of femininity, feminine energy, so wisdom, feeling, embodiment, the body, the earth. It comes in and has to also heal and call forth the healing of the extreme narcissist, that's the insecure adolescent masculinity that has to build this identity that is actually very fragile. So when challenged by anything, or when called upon for having more empathy from the feminine and the martyr side, can be very aggressive and fearfully controlling and attacking and minimizing. And then this martyr, who has no sense of self, insecure sense of self, will succumb and lose themselves in the story and believe everything that's projected onto them. So it's this healing of those parts. It can also come as passive and aggressive. Like you can see this fractal in many things. It's this, the earth and the natural world versus the technology, the mind, body, mind, earth, nature, earth, heavens, nature, technology, ancient ways, new ways, wisdom, feeling, infinite possibilities, creation, creative energy, ideas, inspirations, actions, inspired actions. Fractal and all of those. So it's having this healthy, aware, conscious, divine feminine and masculine energy within, and we go down and we embody it, the descent. So the feminine rises and heals along the way, finds her divinity, and it's like, yes, I can be with all of me and all of the feelings, but I need a masculine to support what I'm feeling called to express. And then I need the masculine to come action it and come from a way to support the feminine who's leading, and support and protect with authority of love, healthy boundaries. And without, the masculine has to learn how to protect and express without minimizing and overpowering and devouring others, because if we're playing there, it's still insecure. You still have an insecure sense of self. So right now it's really been healing those aspects and really hyper focused on mental, nervous system, adolescent, insecure masculinity, narcissism, to call in a healthy narcissism and a healthy martyr energy inside, which narcissism, there's concepts that it has Greek roots in his self-love, a healthy sense of self. You get shadowy and extreme, you have an unhealthy sense of self, and the full separateness, polarized, is the like a total insecure, grandiose, overpowering, control-based, manipulating, aggressive expression with lack of any compassion and empathy. And then the other side, the feminine, total loss of self, fearful, people-pleasing, oppressed, repressed, depressed, hollow, dissociated, empty expression that feels the only way to receive is to serve others and lose themselves. And then this one, only way to receive is to take up a lot of space and devour others. It's an interesting dance. So you can play with those inside and out in your world as you descend, and know that we have descended collectively into the root. So we kind of had to go through this power center to have right use of power and challenge where our insecure parts felt disempowered, and step into our power, but in a way that is healthy and doesn't disempower someone else, minimize someone else, or you don't do that to yourself, minimize yourself in order to keep some relationship. We had to really come back to a secure sense of self and a healthy unfolding there, and then decide from there what we want to create, and trusting this unique creation from within, where it's not found outside of you, it's birthed from inside. And then now getting into really rooting that down into your physical form, into your creation, into this 3D world with new beliefs and foundations. So we're finding any fears here, any past experiences, any pain from that's correlated to your safety, security, your home, your family, community, belonging. We're finding those fear-driven expressions and letting fear come up and tell us where we still hold insecurity, and also where we're still in those patterns of extreme martyrdom and extreme narcissism, and learning to integrate and love those parts and have a healthy, divine, masculine, feminine that can stand in our individuality and unique expression, unwavering, while honoring someone else's and articulating and communicating and asserting any healthy boundaries where necessary to protect this beautiful divine child that is ready to be born. So as we get through this, what's next is the rising. And some may see this as Kundalini rising, where the divine masculine and feminine just got bit. Where the divine masculine and feminine finally unite in their beliefs, their feelings, the expression that is here, and creating that safety and security within, and that foundation that's rooted in divinity and love, in presence and awareness in the now moment. Make space for the authentic, divine, innocent, playful expression of the child, the Christ consciousness. to be expressed. Be expressed. So that's where we're at. So what I was hearing is, we're going from being cautious to conscious, cautious to conscious, to aware to presence. Are you running subconscious beliefs and patterns and programming that needs to come to your awareness? Or have you brought everything up to be fully aware and present and witness, and then co-create with conscious choice in your decisions versus running from a program of being cautious all the time, right? Out of fear and searching for that next experience like you have experienced in the past. Instead of, we're opening our eyes, softening our eyes to receive this world in a different way that's not hyper attuned to narratives of the past, and allowing fear to come in as a messenger and a guide, and then discerning with the feminine and masculine energies within of what is here for you. What is here for you? Is there an insecure pattern that's playing on repeat? And if you look around, you're actually very safe. Is there an emotion that's coming up that you don't feel safe to feel or release from the body? Are you starting to go down a direction or in a relationship pattern that's bringing up fear in order to remind you of past patterns, in order to discern and self-protect, to choose a different path so you can follow your joy, follow peace, choose yourself and your peace over relationships that bring up fear and insecurity all the time and repeat, right? Are there some healthy boundaries that need to be set inside and out? We're expanding our capacity to be with fear. So again, as consciousness is presence, is awareness, is choosing to stay and witness and see all of what's unfolding. To stay present with the feminine, which is going to bring forth a lot of feelings. So in the root, we are expanding our capacity to be with fear, and then to not run from it or overly attach and from a fear base go create all these things out of survival, but instead to say, okay, let's ground in, let's go where I feel safe, let's make sure that I'm grounded and centered and ready to connect. And from that place, I will have inspired action of where to go to create and express myself. Instead of demonizing fear or being afraid to feel those pains from the past or the fear that's coming up in the present moment, we allow ourselves to stay present, to witness, to discern, to stay grounded, and then consciously move forward with inspired action. Allowing each emotion to come through as a messenger. That's the descent. That's where we're at, that I'm picking up collectively whenever this finds you. And it allows you to find that fear that might be stuck in the body, to somatically release that. So as we talk and dance and move that and be and simply witness and ask ourselves what we need. What is fear telling me? What part is here? What does it need? How can I give myself that? What thoughts are coming online with this fear, and are they true? What do I need? What do I need to feel safe and secure in my expression of self? And allowing others to navigate their fears and to express them while being able to lovingly articulate and assert boundaries when fear is expressed in an unhealthy way. When someone ends up being passive or aggressive, you can be lovingly assertive, even amongst fear. You don't get swirled into the chaos. However, you can witness it, and then you can penetrate it with consciousness. It's divine masculine can stay present and then penetrate the storm that the feminine is bringing, that simply is calling for some inspired action. So watch yourself, watch your body, even your facial expressions. Are you looking through the lens of fear? Predicting, creating a future based on the past fears? Are you seeking it out? You usually can tell your eyes, and your body will tell you when you are on the defense. It's a nice way to put it. Are you hyper attuned and living from a foundation of survival and defense mode? And can you now come back to embody a security within, find and cultivate that safe space within, and grow your capacity for safety and security, and then know what energy you're holding, and every day you can start anew if you are privileged and blessed to have an opportunity to truly be able to be safe in your body and in your environment. That's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a gift. I'm just feeling into if there's anything else there. The shoulders have softened, the neck has softened. Lower back softened yet shifted a little lower. Sitiana ka isi ukuhutu hunu sututuhu kukua sataha ka isi tenenea akai tetenaha. Sutu kuahana aki tiea satana a akatanetisi. Uku asata kanata ititiene tete uku suhutu nu tuana hakaya satai tikite nada uku suhunu uku hanai sititia kanata asa. So this is an invitation just to allow this message and this channeled expression to help clear and move any blockages there in the body that remain from this conversation. Sititi anada aku suhutuku anana taisia akai siti nititia u kuku anaha taisiana akai sia tutuana. expanding. You may feel called to move your body, to work with your breath, to invite this energy, this frequency, this channeled message that comes from the universal language of creation, the divine consciousness, these frequencies to come through and to clear, make space. Siatana titi kuhu nu ukuanaha hayakati iya ha satanatia akaya sata utukuana hakaitia tana akaisia tata unu. And just honoring the emotions that have been coming up for you as you choose to dive into these roots, your past, to allow more to be felt, seen, heard, and released. Frustration, anger, rage, sadness, all of it. Just honoring you for allowing yourself to feel it and let it leave the body to make more space for the love, support, security that you deserve, that is here for you. Siatana ikiki utu ukuanaha asakaita nanea hakaya satau. Kanatata eya kanata asataku. I can hear the thunder. And I've been getting bit. So there may be a storm. There's a storm coming. But remember, you are the storm. And you are the calm. You are the feminine and you are the masculine. You are the thunder, the chaos, and you are the rainbow and the light. Sataneti ikiaka usutukua. The sun will shine again. When you're in it, remember the sun will shine again. Give yourself the space and the safety and security you need to feel what's unearthing for you. Satani ikia haku hutu naka asatakia tanane iata sukuhua hana a akaitia satanan iitia utu nukuua akaisia ya nenentetea aka akaisia totokuonuhu. These storms are strengthening you to be a peaceful warrior, a humble warrior, to call back that warrior within you, that divine masculine that doesn't run away from your own emotions and experiences and your own storms. You stand in divinity and in strength. And you allow the divine masculine to speak the authority of love. Big thunder. Don't forget how powerful you are. Don't forget your divinity. Don't forget your divine rights. Be, play, love, receive, flow. Until next time.